Now, you're watching Wave 3 News Listens Live.
And it is a celebration.
With your host, John Ramsey.
It is a beautiful Thursday. Welcome into Wave 3 Listens Live. We are Louisville's longest running talk show. Let's take a look at the rundown. Let's see what's happening today. A lot of good information. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Weiss is back. Don't go broke in a nursing home. We'll talk about how you can keep and protect the assets of mom and dad. They've worked so hard for them. Also, you know the tax deadline may have been moved back. However, it is fast approaching. So you need some expert advice. We've got it for you a little bit later in the show. And I'm going to get this right. Berkshire, Hathaway Parks, Weisberg HomeServices, Ball Homes, they're all here. And we're going to talk about the housing market because I have two experts. Now, of course, the company's existed since 1959, but these guys have been together for 18 years, and they know exactly what they're doing. Let me do the introductions here. Dave Parks is first. Dave, of course, is a broker and an owner. Dave, welcome back to the show. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks, John. Good to see you.
And Rocco Pigneri. Rocco is with Ball Homes. He is, I think, if I'm correct here, you are the operations manager. Is that right, Rocco?
That's correct, John.
All right, good. Glad to have both of you here. Rocco, I'm going to start with you, if you don't mind here. I wanted to talk a little bit about Ball Homes. First of all, you know, where do you guys, I noticed that you're very focused in Central Kentucky. How do you decide where you're going to build, Rocco?
John, we select sites that fulfill our mission of providing the best home values, best new home values in top Louisville locations. We analyze sites in many ways, including topography and rock profile, so that the lots are developed to the most price-effective mix of slab and walkout foundation homes. Our overall value strategy allows us to offer well-appointed homes that have many features and finishes standard in our competitive-based prices that typically cost extra elsewhere. Today's buyers prefer smaller lots, so we target sites with significant natural features, allowing for community design with common areas separating the lots, rather than the lots backing up to each other on a common rear lot line. Our Parkside subdivision is a great example of this, where lots back up to green spaces, trees, the lake, or woods, rather than backyard to backyard.
Yeah, we're looking at some of the phases here. I think it's interesting because you're right. Every generation, there's certain trends. There's homes that people prefer. And the fact that you've existed since 1959, you guys, everyone in this group has been flexible. They know how to move with the market and what you want. So let's talk about the phases of development. Take a look at some of these images, Rocco, and tell us what we're looking at.
Here we're looking at some of the lots in development. And once we begin home building, our stages include the foundation stage, followed by the framing and rough trades stage. After that is the finish and exterior trade stage, and then we conclude with the closing and warranty stage.
Beautiful. I'm looking at some of these images, and we'll get up pretty close to a finished product here. So as you look at this is interesting to me and a little bit educational because now this, just to be clear, where is this located? Where is this development located at, Rocco?
All these homes are in our Parkside subdivision, which boundaries with McNeely Lake Park and Quail Chase Golf Club. It also boundaries on Mount Washington Road with great access to Bardstown Road, Preston Highway, I-265 and I-65.
Certainly a beautiful development. Dave, I want to ask you a little bit about the housing market. I know this. I know the inventory, there's not a lot of it. So it's a good time to sell, but it's also a good time to buy, at least from what I see. You're the expert. Tell me, Dave, what's the state of the market?
Yeah, the market is fantastic even though it's down. And so it's going to sound kind of like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, but the reality is that even though there's a shortage of inventory, there are buyers that want to buy, there are sellers that want to sell, and interest rates are fantastic. So what we're seeing is the overall penetration of the market, the overall absorption has been a little lower, but that's mostly because of inventory. Now on the new construction side though, it's exactly the opposite. As the houses get built and they get finished, they are generally gone within a week or 2 or 3 weeks of them being completed or before that. I mean, we had a model home in Urton Woods we had probably sold in a week or two. You know, we had 1 week about 3 weeks ago, right as we were going through this pandemic, where we sold 5 houses in about 3 days. So even though it is a tough market for all realtors and you have to be on top of your game a little bit, there's a lot of opportunity out there. And if you have a seller that wants to sell, they're going to be able to sell their house, and new construction is doing very, very well.
You know, I always say that Louisville's a great place to raise adults, a very desirable place to live. So if you're buying or selling, now may actually be a really good time. I'm a novice, so Dave, tell me, the way I see it, to really continue to stimulate the economy, those interest rates will probably have to stay down, which is a good thing. Do you see it that way as well?
So I think, John, you're right. The odds that the interest rates are going to go escalating through the roof quickly, although it could happen, you wouldn't think that the government would want that to happen.
Right. Because,
you know, the real estate and building industry is the first or second largest industry in the United States, depending on what part of the economy. So you just can't shut that part of the economy down intentionally, and interest rates have a lot of play there. By the same token, they're really, really low right now. I would say within a half a point of historically low. So if you want to buy, this is a great time to do it. And if you want to sell, there's going to be buyers there for your house if you price it in the market. That's just the bottom line. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, you know, with this pandemic, it's like if you're willing to look at the opportunities, and this could be a good opportunity for you, whether you're buying or selling, as Dave said. All right, let's talk a little bit about hot listings. So this is always kind of fun. The hot listings here in this area, we're going to take a look. As you see, Berkshire, Hathaway, I'm going to get that name down eventually. Hathaway Parks and Weisberg HomeServices. Okay, so who's going to do the play-by-play? Is it going to be Rocco?
I'm going to do these, and you know, this is a fantastic house out in Flat Rock Ridge. You know, 3,000 square feet plus or minus a little bit in the mid 300s, brand new, loaded with extras. You know, plank flooring, granite countertops, all that, you know, everything that you would expect in a home. And when you go compare that amount of new construction in the mid threes compared to what a resale house that somebody's been living in for a while, and that's why they're flying off the page, is because, you know, nobody's been in it, you don't have to worry about it, and it's just a great opportunity.
All right, let's take a look at some more pictures. Again, these are the hot listings. Give them a call today. All right, what are we looking at, Dave?
So this house is out in Thornwood. And Thornwood's just a little bit farther out than Flat Rock, out off of Long Run Road. This is a great subdivision because it's just one stub street, about 20, 25 homes. Part of it backs up to a horse farm. Fantastic opportunity for somebody. This house is move-in ready, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's gone in less than a week. You just never know.
Beautiful homes. Let's continue to take a look-see, and remember, check them out online or call that number. Here we go. Okay.
This house is really unique. This is a Glenstone plan, and it's in Urton Woods. And the beauty of the Glenstone is it's a huge, spacious, open architecture ranch on a full walkout basement with a bonus room on the second floor. And this is in the mid-4s and just a fantastic, only about 3 minutes from 64 and Blankenbaker Lane.
Good location. Let's talk about some more hot listings here. Again, I have the expertise of Dave Parks. That was the last one. That's the last of the hot listings. Yeah. Okay, so as we move forward, I want to talk a little bit about how you're conducting business. With this pandemic, everyone's had to adapt and change. You guys, is construction still going on? How do you show homes? How's the whole process work?
Yes, if you don't mind, I'll kind of talk through that because it's really two things. The construction business is moving. It's considered an essential business. There's some challenges there, but in terms of keeping pace, Rocco's team's done a great job of keeping the pace that the buyers expect. In terms of showing the homes, we're using our PPE, you know, one family at a time in the home. Open houses are not happening right now. That's been for about 7 weeks now. I don't see open housings coming back, you know, right away. It'll probably happen at some point. When it does, on the new construction side, we'll likely work from the garage. Vacant houses only, let the people go through. And so we're just being very mindful of trying to work with all the public and the governor and keep people safe. But we're getting houses sold. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, there you go. There's the information up on the screen. These guys have been together, as I said, what a great team. So whatever your needs may be, buyer, seller, give them a look-see. There's the website. You can see some of those hot listings as well. Dave Parks, Rocco Pigneri. I appreciate you guys coming on the show. Excellent job, gentlemen. 18 years together. You still happy?
Absolutely.
Yes. Do you give marital advice? Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Thanks, John.
Thank you so much. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break here, and then coming up, oh, there's the website there for Ball Homes. Want to make sure we got that up as well. ballhomes.com. Very simple and beautiful homes, moving with the times. Look how beautiful those are. It is the time to buy or sell. Also, it's the time to you better be filling out your taxes. The deadline's been moved back, but you need expert advice, and that's coming up next. On Wave 3 Listens, we're live.